And it's had a wonderful collection of Bibles down there, some very famous editions of the Bible, and also very strangely between two of the most famous editions, so famous I forgot what they were, they had an original Beatles manuscript, She Loves You, Yeah, 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 so that's all gone as well. But they decided for the year 2000 to make this room, come back over there, here, they decided to make this room look as a museum would have first looked when it was opened in 1759. So our friends here from across the pond, this room is older than the United States of America, okay, yeah? So there we go. And the floor you're standing on, some of it is so old that this man, you may have heard of him, John Wesley, actually walked on it. I'm not sure which bits he walked on, so if you want to be like a previous pope and kiss the floor, you have to kiss the whole lot. But he actually, in his journals, gives us an account of the 2 hours that he spent here and his view on the museum back in the 1700s. It's also, I think, one of the great ceilings of London, especially the big centre round the one there with his gold leaf on the plasterwork. Many people don't spend time looking at the treasures around them, let alone the treasures in front of them. We have here a replica, and we normally talk about this here. We have the original, the other side of the museum. We will finish with it just before lunch, but it causes lots of problems to talk about it there because all the tourists go and look at the original. Now this is a replica, so you can touch it. So apart from cuddling me, if you need to touch something, touch this. Of something called the Rosetta Stone. Imaginatively called the Rosetta Stone because it was found at Rosetta and it's a stone. So that's how you get these great names. And when it was first discovered, it caused quite a lot of interest because they realised it's in 3 scripts, 3 languages. The bottom is Greek, the middle is demotic or everyday Egyptian for the Egyptian priests, and at the top they have what they call the magic language. We call it the Egyptian hieroglyphs today. No one could understand that. And it was worked on by different people, and they realised that this and this were saying the same thing. So they thought by process of elimination, maybe that and that are saying the same thing. They worked on that, and particularly a very famous Frenchman called Francois Champollion and an Englishman, a reverend gentleman, Thomas Young. They cracked the code and they were able to read it, and they did it by looking for the name of the king. And they decided the name of the king would be in what's now called the cartouche. And so here it is, how they found the name of Ptolemy. And you see it's running down like that. The original stone would have been that large. This is all that's left of it. It's been broken. Ptolemy, I've got a picture of one of his coins, Ptolemy V. It refers to here one of the forebears of the famous Queen Cleopatra. Now what is interesting is, because these 3 things are saying the same thing, it shows us the ambience, the background of the Bible. Because in the ancient world, when a public proclamation or declaration was made, it was made in 3 scripts, in 3 languages. So we can have confidence that whoever wrote the Gospels were men of their day. Because the most famous example I know of this is when a young man is stripped naked and nailed to a tree, and above him it says King of the Jews. That's all I needed to know. It goes on to say in 3 languages. So that's a little marker that it was a person of the day. Now the cartouche that we have there, wherever it's gone, it was called a cartouche because it was found by Napoleon Bonaparte's people, and the soldiers looked to that and it reminded them of their cartridges, their bullets. So if you're wearing a cartouche, you're wearing a bullet around your neck or on you, wherever, okay, yeah. So give it a quick cuddle, and then we can move on.